Who really enjoys spoilers? It could be for a movie, a TV show, a book, a video game, any medium. I think the mass majority of people will say that they don't enjoy spoilers. And it's understandable because I don't like spoilers. Now, Avengers Endgame spoilers came out recently, and I I didn't bother to look it up. And frankly, when I found out about it, it was on Twitter. And as soon as I read it, I just turned off Twitter and I went and did something else. I stayed away from my phone for like the rest of the night. Honestly, I didn't go on social media much. I didn't want anything spoiled for me. And I know it's still a week until it comes out. A week and a day for me, at least. I'm going Thursday night. And I really, really want to avoid any spoilers at all cost. And I'm sure you guys do too, because that's the thing. I remember going to the theater and watching Iron Man for the first time and seeing Iron Man in that desert storm with the troops, and you see that big explosion, you see the sand with, you know what I'm talking about, that shot with Tony Stark with his arms spread out and the sand just going right past him. Like, that's an iconic shot. Or even his first time flying in his suit, or him in the cave building his first prototype for his Iron Man suit. I remember it being so clunky and so big, and I remember just really, really enjoying that movie. And with Marvel just expanding upon that, and bringing these characters that you really didn't, I wouldn't say you didn't care about, but they weren't their main characters, like something like Iron Man I wouldn't think I would like as much as I do now. Captain America was, I mean, at least for me, I thought he was a goody two shoes. I didn't really like him, but that grittiness that the Russo brothers brought to him, it's something beautiful to me. It's just really nice. The Winter Soldier, I didn't even know about him. And look at him, he's such a big part to Captain America's arc. It's truly amazing what they do with some of these characters. And with Endgame being a week from now, it's gonna all come to fruition. What is gonna happen with the rest of the MCU? Like, a chapter is done, and most of us have sat through the whole thing, and we really, well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited to see what happens, and to think that I could go on Instagram and look at a post and really like it and try to read the encouraging comments or the loving comments about that post in the comment section, and have someone in there just being a little twerp and ruin the movie for me. It sucks, it really just sucks. But I understand the day and age we live in, with kids really being the main part of the internet. Yeah, there's adults, but it's mostly children. Children that are trying to get a reaction out of people, trying to get a rise out of someone, and not caring how they do it, and not thinking about other people's, feelings in any shape or form. But it's just one of those things that really sucks when you think about it. But there's certain things you could do, obviously, to avoid it. Just keeping your distance away from social media, staying away from people. Like, for example, I'm watching it on Thursday, the first night it could come out. I'm going at literally 11 o'clock at night. I won't be home till about 2, 3 in the morning from watching it, because it is a 3-hour movie, which I don't care. I don't care if it was 4 or 5 hours. I would still watch it. But there's gonna be people that see it on Thursday, and there's gonna be other people that obviously can't watch it on Thursday because they have work or children, whatever the reason may be. and they won't be able to see it till the weekend. And I know somebody out there is gonna have diarrhea of the mouth, and they're most likely gonna ruin the movie for some people. And I'm obviously not gonna be that person. I'm gonna try to keep it as concise as possible, because I'm the type of person where if I see a movie and I really, really enjoy it, and I really want somebody to experience it the same way I did, even if they don't experience it the same way I did, and they don't get as emotionally attached, or just they're not as surprised as me, you know what I mean? They don't have the same experience. I still want that possibility to happen for them. So I keep it very concise when it comes to how I feel about the movie. And I just tell them, you need to watch it. That's it. Like, if my parents ask me about a movie that they're going to watch the weekend, or they want to know what I thought about it, I'll just tell them, you guys have to watch this movie. It is amazing. That's as much as I go into. Or, I mean, if I go further into that, I might just say, this character and this character is amazing. And they already know those characters are in the movie. There's no spoilers there. But I know what it's like to have something spoiled for me. For example, Star Wars The Force Awakens. There's one big spoiler in that movie. I mean, there could be a few depending on what you consider a spoiler, but yeah, there's one really big spoiler. And if you've seen The Force Awakens, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm not going to get into any further details, but I remember going and I was on my phone. I was on Instagram, and I just saw a post. It was, I don't even know what it was. I think it was just a random picture, a random post somebody had posted. Maybe it was about maybe Star Wars or Marvel or something. And I clicked on it, and I went down to the comment section to see the comments that people wrote about the post, and boom, right there's the big old spoiler. And I'm not the one to be super excited for Star Wars because I didn't grow up on it. I haven't even seen the original trilogy, so that's how much that's how much it shows, like, where I stand with Star Wars. So yeah, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but to have something like that spoiled for me just because I'm not gonna go see the movie the first day it comes out, that really sucks, you know. And I understand that some people, I think you can narrow this down to two different types of people that spoil things for you. One, the person that has no remorse, they don't care, they want to spoil anything they can just to get a rise out of someone, and just to be an asshole. Honestly, that's as simple as I could put it. It's just they don't care about other people, they don't care about their excitement. They think it's amusing to make someone, to ruin someone's excitement and fun is amusing for some people. And those are like the worst type of people. You know, that to me is as, it's just terrible. That shit should be a crime in my opinion. It's really that bad. It's just, it's not cool, man. It's not cool. You know. And I'm gonna take a quote from Alfred in Batman: The Dark Knight, and I remember him saying this to Batman. And he said,
"Some men just want to watch the world burn."
And that's as simple as I could put it when it comes to people that spoil movies for no apparent reason but to get a rise out of someone. They just want to spoil it for someone just because they know they can. And those are just, they're terrible people. I mean, I'm sure they're not, but that shows character. That shows how you are as a person. But nonetheless, that's person I think one type of person I can spoil a movie for you. The other person is the person that doesn't intentionally try to spoil something, but they still end up spoiling things. Even if it's the smallest details in a show or a movie or a book, if you tell that to someone, they won't have the same experience. Because, alright, I don't know about most people, but with me, I think a lot when I'm watching a movie or a TV show most of the time. So I try to figure out what's gonna happen sometimes. It's natural. It just happens. My mind is, you know, full of thoughts, just like everyone else is. We have 47,000 thoughts a day, or 47,000 or seven. It might be 70,000. I forgot, but it's a lot. And I think a lot during movies and TV shows, and sometimes I just try to predict what's gonna happen. It's just the way it is. Obviously, if the thing about me is that if something isn't that interesting, I'm probably gonna try to figure out what happens. So, if you tell me little details about a show or a movie, it turns out I'm probably gonna try and figure out what happens because I know these little details and I'm gonna be thinking about it and I'm gonna be like, okay, when does it come up? Okay, so this leads to that, and this must be connected to what she told me at the beginning of the season, and then you try to figure out. It's there's different types of spoilers. There's the main, like the big spoilers, and then there's little spoilers. And if you have too many little spoilers, it gets to the point where it becomes a huge spoiler. It's just one of those things. It's like, for example, my parents love Game of Thrones, right? Now I never got into Game of Thrones. I tried to watch the first episode. It wasn't for me. I just I don't know. It just didn't get hooked like other people did. And I'm sure it's a fantastic show. The way people are raving about this is as if like a new discovery has been made, and it's just a good show. I get it. People love it. I get it. You know, and like for example, I'll be watching an episode with my parents, and I'll ask them, "Oh, who's that?" And they'll tell me who it is, and then they tell me something else about them, and then how they did this to that person, and then that person did that to that person, and then they got to the village, and that person happened to do that to that person, and I'm like, whoa, 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 slow down. What is going on here? I asked you one question. Let's take it easy, all right? Let's not push this to the limit. But I get it. They love the show. They get excited for it. It slips. You get diarrhea of the mouth. It's normal. It's okay. I don't blame them. But sometimes you have to be aware that some people don't want anything spoiled for them. They want to experience it for the first time just like you did. People, well, I can't speak amongst everyone, but with me, I want to go into certain things blind. All right, when it comes to like movies, I'll see a trailer. You know what I mean? I'll watch a trailer because that shit gets me excited. I love trailers. Like, even if the movie's bad, I can still appreciate a good fucking trailer. And I watch trailers for movies sometimes I watch movie trailers for movies that are 20 years old. I just do because it's something just very unique how you could put different scenes of the movie into 2 minutes and just grab your interest so well. But I digress. That's just one of the things, When it comes to TV shows, it's not. I don't really watch trailers. It's kind of like somebody's like, "Hey, you should watch the show." All right, I'll check it out. I don't watch a trailer for it. I'm just gonna watch the show. I'm gonna watch the first episode. If the first episode doesn't get my attention, guess what? Probably not gonna end up watching it. It's just one of those things. But my parents, I know they don't do it on purpose. It's just one of those things that they're very passionate about. I get it. I get it 100%, and I don't hold it against them at all. I'm just using that as an example, and I don't blame people that spoil things like that because they just have a love for it, and they just want to express their excitement, and it's understandable. But like I said, there's those type of people, and then there's people that just don't really care, and they'll just spoil anything they can whenever they can, and can't really do much about it, man. I mean, you the most you can do is just be very cautious being on the internet this upcoming week, knowing that these leaks came out, knowing that people are out there trying to leak it, trying to have as many people see this. And obviously, the Russos released a letter yesterday saying, please don't spoil Endgame. You know, keep your mouth shut because they know, like, they've been working on this movie for years now. You know, like, it's one of those things that they've kept in secret for so long, and they just want to preserve it and want people to experience it the same way they did writing it and making it. So I get it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up the video there. Um, Proceed with caution, guys. Be careful out there. You know, if you think something might have a spoiler in it, and you know if it might have a spoiler in it, you know what type of post to avoid. Um, just be cautious with it. You know, be aware. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. I will be seeing Avengers Endgame next week. I'm super excited for it, and I can't wait to see what happens next. So, with that being said, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for listening, and I will see you guys on the next video. So, have a great one. Bye.